Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Gigi and the 561. I'm Pam Parker. I'm Gigi. Emmys happened last night. Some of the shows I had not seen. Here's what I was glad about. I thought it was a pretty good show, pretty good. Some of the clothes were absolutely fantastic. I was over the moon. I know that's an overused expression, but I'm using it because that's how I feel. That Stephen Colbert won. Huge fan. Richly, richly deserved. He should have won before now, but he didn't. He is brilliant. So, yay to him. Um, some of the other wins I liked very much, considering it's an award show and they're always kooky and goofy and cringy at times, but still, it's pretty good. Some of the clothes, very much worth it. I didn't spend too much time watching the red carpet. I was busy, I had things to do, but I did watch a little bit of it. And again, some of it's cringy and over the top and gushy. And how many times can you tell a celebrity that they're famous and a celebrity? Speaking of that, we're coming up on the 25th anniversary of Almost Famous. It's a really good Cameron Crowe film. It's funny because my mate and I sort of lived that same kind of life parallel at the same time. So it's really interesting because I could relate to so much of it. Not all of it, but a lot of it. One thing I will tell you, going backstage at a rock concert, really going backstage anywhere, it's not glamorous. It's really not. It's pretty basic, or it can be. There's food and this and that, but it isn't glamorous. What is fun is that you get to meet interesting people and you get to see behind the scenes stuff going on. That is kind of cool. Anyway, here we are in September, clicking along, mid part of September. It's a short month. And it's the high peak season for hurricanes where we are in the Palm Beaches. And there is a storm brewing out there in the Atlantic that we're keeping an eye on. It's really boring to talk about. What's worrisome is where we are with protection from FEMA at this juncture. So hopefully we'll be okay if anything happens. But it's out there. It's cooking. Here's what I want. And it's really meant for toddlers up to the age of 8. But I'm telling you right now, where we are, where it's pretty warm year round right now, we're in a cool spot now. It's like 80 and kind of going down a little bit. I want a water table. Are you familiar with these? You may not be if you don't have little children around little children or whatever, but they're just super cool. And I want one. I want one. I want to put one out on our loggia in some kind of waterproof holder. It's a if you don't know, it's a table. It has a built-in pump that's battery operated, and there are various sizes. Some of them are really basic for true toddlers, but the ones that go up to 8 years old, that's really cool. I'm telling you, put a bathing suit on, get out there and enjoy your water table. You don't need any kids to do that. Just do it yourself. The water has a pump and it pumps through these different little features. They're water features on this water table. And I'm telling you, it just looks fun. Some of them have sand features as well. It depends really on how elaborate you want to be with these tables. But there was one that was really more expensive. Most of them are right around $40, $50, something like that. But there was one that I really liked, and I thought, hey, this is a very cool water feature. It's on Amazon, and it's for kids, and it's like these 3 interconnecting tables, and it's called Rushing River Falls Sensory Table. See how they upped the verbiage on that? Sensory table. Yeah, if you're a parent, you're all in on that. Just for them using the word sensory. There's a wooden sand table. Uh, I'm telling you, the things that you can get for kids that really should be ramped up a bit for adults. I want a water table. I really am not kidding. I want one because it's hot here, and forget going down to the pool. There's a pool here, but just right there, you can have your cocktail, your flute of champagne. I'm going to get to drinking champagne in a flute in a minute. Uh, and just have your music and enjoy your water table feature on your own loggia. See, we have a loggia because we're in a condo. A loggia is a room that faces outdoors, but it's closed in. On three sides has a ceiling and a floor. It's considered a loggia. Call it what you want to. I don't care. Back in the day, watching all of the beautiful, very she dressed people last night at the Emmys made me think back to old Hollywood, where women not only did they dress up for award shows, but they dressed up when they went out. And now, have you seen? And I am not shading her and or blaming her for not caring how she looks. I'm not judging her. Do your thing. You know what? And I mean that seriously. In life, I don't care what anybody thinks about what I do. Judge away. I'm comfortable in my skin doing what I do. You be you. You do your thing. No judgment. But in today's celebrity world, most of them do not dress up. They not only do they not dress up, they look like they rolled out of bed and went on their way. Now, sometimes when you travel, almost always when you travel, same thing. Yeah, I saw a woman yesterday at Publix in her pajamas, and I thought we were over that, but we're not. We're still not over that. But these celebrities, they don't feel like they have to, and I guess they don't. But back in the day, these stars, these women, I'm talking about the women because the men did too. Gary's grandfather, I never saw him without a slacks, very nice shoes on, and a white shirt, long sleeve, with a tie, with a clip on it. You don't have to go that far. But, I don't care a little bit. If you walk out the door, I sometimes chastise my mate for running to the mail. It's like you could put on a better t-shirt that hasn't been washed 500 times. He doesn't care. He goes anyway. It's like, let him talk about me. I don't care about what I'm wearing. But back in the day, men dressed. They dressed when they went out. You see them in the clubs. These great clubs that I want to go to, they don't exist anymore. Everyone looked so chic. But here's the thing. Did you know when they went into the ladies' room, back in the day, they had these things hanging on the wall that were perfume dispensers. And they had about 4 different fragrances. And you put money in, and you press the button, and it sprayed you with your particular scent. Like, I saw a photo of one. It had Taboo. That's a fragrance I never heard of. My mother, it would have been in her era. She hated it. She thought her friends that wore Taboo, it was really bad. My grandmother, I grew up with Chanel No. 5. That was what she wore. It was in a really beautiful bottle. That was a fragrance you could spray over yourself. But here's the deal. That hasn't completely died. Because in today's world, there are places, that very upscale places where you go. And in the ladies' room, be prepared. There's an attendant. You better take money with you. There's a line in Breakfast at Tiffany's where she talks about any decent man gives her a $50 bill to go to the ladies' room. You don't need that, but you do need some folding money to tip these attendants because they're going to hand you a cloth towel. You could get it yourself, but hey, that's their. Everybody has a chapter, and that's theirs. But here's the thing: you can still. Not only do they have a wide variety of perfume, the whole bottle. It's not hanging on the wall. It's very nicely placed, but they have little bits of makeup that you can touch up your makeup if you need to and you don't have any in your handbag. My evening handbags they barely hold a tissue and my phone if I'm lucky. Glasses to read the menus, no, forget it. I just have to sit there and go, Gary, what does it say? And I'm talking about a dimly lit restaurant where it's really dark. A friend of mine sent me a little magnifying glass here, used this at restaurants. I'm like, why should I? Gary's right there. If it's dark, this magnifying glass, if it's dark, it's not going to help me. But I love the fact that still does exist. And I think the first time I was in my early 20s, very early 20s, when I went into a ladies' room where there was an attendant. And I didn't have any money. I didn't take money with me. So I had to go back out, get money, and take it back in and go, discreetly. There's a way to tip that I learned from my father. In whatever situation, where you're not just putting it on the table, it's a situation where you're telling someone who has provided some sort of service, you just fold it up into a little square, put it in your right hand, and then you make sure that they shake your hand. And it's a little bit, it depends on how much of a handshake they give you, but they feel it, they know it's there, and they very discreetly close their fingers, and away you go and say, thank you very much. So tipping it's out there, and people do bitch about it a lot, but I don't. I there's a place and a time for everything. I do want to talk, though, about champagne flutes. If you know me, you know I'm a champagne drinker. My very favorite is Veuve Clicquot. I like Moet and Chandon too. Clicquot Reach is my very favorite. It comes in a beautiful silver bottle. With tariffs, the champagne prices have gone way up. But I'm still buying it because life's to be lived, right? Life is to be lived. But connoisseurs, real connoisseurs of champagne, frown greatly. They have great disdain for champagne flutes. And to me, number one, never drink any drink without stem. I mean, I want a cocktail, I want it to be in a martini glass with a stem, a coupe with a stem, or a flute with a stem, or a white wine glass with a stem. Whoever decided stemless was the thing, they didn't want to spend the money on the extra glass, because that is just dumb. But real connoisseurs of champagne frown on flutes because it holds in the flavor. It looks good because it bubbles, but they will drink champagne out of a white wine glass, and let me just tell you, that is never going to happen with me. I do not care how much I am losing flavor. I will drink champagne out of a coupe. Now, a coupe has a wide opening, and it allows the champagne to breathe. Champagne is a wine. It's just got bubbles, and it needs to breathe. Hence, why people think you need to drink it out of a white wine glass. That's never happened. That's never going to happen with me. But here's the thing. Here's why I'm bringing it up. I've talked about champagne a lot. There is a new thing, and it is a flute. It is portable. It's stainless steel. It's by Huski, and it's at Huski, Huski. What you do, you break the stem, you undo, you don't break it. You take the stem off, so it's very portable. Now, this is the part that gets cringy with me. I mean, I'm okay with drinking out of a flute to keep the champagne from not fully aerating, as it were. But this Huski champagne flute, and it's $30, has a top that goes in, that slides like you have your water bottle when you're out running or walking, whoever crazy people do that. And it keeps you, when you're at the beach or out in the woods or wherever, it keeps things from getting in your drink, which is a good idea actually. But I don't know. But the thing about it, it keeps your champagne cold. It keeps it chilled. And that is important. However, champagne does need to warm just a little bit. Yes, it needs to be chilled, but it also needs to warm just a little bit because that really does bring out the flavors. It's too cold. You can't really, your palate doesn't really experience all of the wonderful grapes that bring champagne to life. So Huski closes off, not only is it a flute, but it closes off the top. You don't have to put it on there, but that's a big selling point for Huski. And it serves a couple of purposes. It's not leak proof. They said if you tip it over, it will, some can spill out of it. So it's not completely all that. But you can also put hot drinks in that, and it will keep it hot. Now here's what I'm wondering: who wants to drink a hot drink out of a flute? Help me out here. I don't get that. What, a hot toddy maybe? I don't know. I've never had a hot toddy, to be honest with you. I don't know, but here's my other question. Is it insulated enough so you're not feeling that on the outside because it is stainless steel? So how do you not feel the heat? Either on the flute where the liquid goes or the stem. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not sure I will buy a Huski. That seems kind of expensive, not compared to Waterford flutes, but I don't know if I want to spend $30 for a flute to take to the beach. I don't know. I'm going to talk it over with my mate. He's not that, on champagne. It's all me. He will drink it, does drink it, does enjoy it, but not like I do. It's my thing. Thank you for being with me. I do appreciate it. My life has been busy, crazy busy, so I am just lacking in my putting my podcast out, so apologies for that. As it is September, holidays will be on us soon. Halloween is everywhere. Halloween on steroids in every single store you go into. When did that get to be such a huge deal? Huge deal. I mean, it's been a big deal, but now it's insane. So that will be here before you know it, Halloween, and then we're going to be into Christmas, Thanksgiving. It's really crazy. But here we are right now in September, in the height of hurricane season, where we are with the potential to have major storms where we live. Thank you for being here. My mate writes a lot. Be sure and check him out at northpalmbeachlife.com because he is writing kind of about his life. It's very, very interesting. It's bits and bytes and something, but Gary, Gerry, it's spelled like Jerry, but it's pronounced Gary. So know how to pronounce it, please, and thank you. It's not your fault if you don't, no judgment. But he writes for many other publications, Splash Magazine Worldwide, Aqua Magazine, and All Things Cruise. He's a busy guy. He keeps our website updated with a lot of things going on all over the country, sometimes internationally, on our website, northpalmbeachlife.com. Visit our YouTube channel by the same name, northpalmbeachlife.com. He puts a lot of cool stuff out there, videos and whatnot. So we know you're visiting that. Some of you, if you're not, do so. Subscribe to this podcast. Subscribe to everything we have. But we do appreciate you for all that you do and all the support you give us by reading and listening. These things are free to you. I get nothing for this at all. So, but you listen, and that's the support. So thank you for that. I have another podcast called Travel Bistro. I will be working on that again. I have some travel stories that I do want to put out there. So thank you for just being here with me for almost 10 years. I have a podcast. Everybody has podcasts now. When I first did it, people were going, what's that? And I had to say, it's like listening to the radio. I don't like video podcasts because to me they're not. They're not. They're just videos with people talking. A podcast is like being on the radio. And I'm going to keep mine that way. It's just audio. And it is available on northpalmbeachlife.com, Amazon, Spotify, iTunes, Pandora. It's really on 20 platforms, so I'm out there. Anywhere you get your podcast. Almost 10 years, though, I've been doing it, and I'm really proud of that. Thank you again for being with me. I'm Pam Barker. It's Gigi in the 561. Stay with me.